Hello and greetings to all my dear friends. I hope you're doing well, feeling energetic and happy. I'm very pleased to be speaking with you dear ones in the first session of the money-making class. We're starting a course together that I'm confident can be the most different course in your life. We're starting a course that's full of money and happiness for your life. I'm sure that if you do each of the tasks I tell you one by one, money will enter your life in ways that will surprise you, and you'll say, how is it possible that in just 3 months so much money and happiness has entered my life? You'll be amazed. You'll be shocked at how it's possible that in just 3 months so much happiness can flow towards me. When we become familiar with the laws of the world, we can do something that will be masterful and create a storm in our lives, bringing money and happiness into our lives. Let me tell you one point at the beginning of the course before we get into more specialized topics. During the course, make sure to have a pen and paper beside you and take notes of important points. If you're asked a question, pause the video, write the answer on paper, and continue. Make sure to complete all the exercises I give you. Remember, my dear 1%ers, just listening isn't enough. You must definitely do the exercises I tell you. If you don't do the exercises I tell you, extraordinary growth won't happen in your life and you won't reach extraordinary income. Why have some dear ones listened to many of my audio files but haven't reached extraordinary income? The reason is that they didn't do the exercises I mentioned and put them off. They never implemented the laws they learned. It's by implementing the world's laws that we can reach extraordinary money and wealth. It's by implementing the laws that we can go from below zero income to monthly income of several billion tomans and live however we want. Right at the start, let me answer one of your important questions. Many people ask me what's going to happen to us in the money-making classes. The money-making class is one where I can confidently tell you it provides training that, using metaphysics, you can reach great money and wealth. The actual price of these classes in person is over $1,000. But I'm making these files available to you for free on YouTube. Why do I say you'll reach great money and wealth after completing this course? Because I believe this world was created based on God's laws and nothing is without accounting. And if you learn these laws, you can bring abundant money and happiness into your life. This world is entirely governed by laws. It doesn't matter who you are, how much money you had before, who your parents are, and how much capital you have, what you did in the past or what you do now. Because these laws that exist in the world are 100% laws and will get you 100% to what you want regardless of your past. The butterfly effect law. We have a law called the butterfly effect. What does the butterfly effect say? The butterfly effect says that small actions we take in life can have significant effects on us. When some butterflies flap their wings on one side of the world, it can cause a storm on the other side of the world. These two are connected. The small actions we take in life can have very big effects on our future. There's a famous example that says, "For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For want of a shoe, the horse was lost. For want of a horse, the rider was lost. For want of a rider, the battle was lost. For want of a battle, the kingdom was lost." All of this happened because someone hadn't hammered a nail firmly enough. What do I want to tell you? I want to tell you that the small actions we take in life can have big results. One small action you've taken is joining a money-making YouTube channel. But what's the big result? In 3 months, you'll reach such wealth and money that you'll be amazed yourself. And I congratulate you for taking that first step well. Choosing the right people for life guidance. My dear friends, who you listen to in your life determines where you will end up. Let me repeat. Who you listen to in your life determines where you will end up. Many of you have ventured into various businesses and faced multiple failures. Let me tell you who you listened to brought you to this point. One of the main reasons for your failures is that you listened to the wrong people in your life. A friend of mine started a business and went bankrupt. When I asked him who he consulted, he said he consulted his father. Then I asked him, "Has your father had any prior experience in the business market?" He replied, "No, my father was just a teacher." I told him, "Why did you ask him then?" Who you listen to determines where you will end up. Real wealthy people in the world are not what you see on Telegram, Instagram, or social media. Someone who has no experience in business can never advise others. Who you listen to determines where you will end up. I will repeat this so much that it will sit in your subconscious. If you take advice from the right person, your life becomes heaven. If you take advice from the wrong person, your life becomes hell. You all have the right to choose, to make your life heaven or hell. I'm asking you if you want to spend 3 months with me. During these 3 months, just and only watch and listen to my videos. Stay away from all educational files, books, and pages, and only follow my channel's files. You have lived your entire life your own way. That's fine. But for 3 months, live the way I tell you. Throughout your life, you've done whatever you wanted. That's okay. I'm asking you to play on my team for 3 months. Follow everything I tell you from A to Z, and then you'll see what results you achieve. Then see what amazing things happen in your life. Then see how your life gets turned upside down. I had a friend who had accumulated a $1 million debt. He spent 3 months following my files and now earns a positive $100,000 per month. He just listened to my files, repeated the exercises I gave him, and turned his life from hell to heaven. Honestly, I have to congratulate you again for entering a phase where you're going to get results. Say, enough of all the hardship I've endured in life. Enough of bowing my head in front of my family. Enough of the shame I've faced before my wife and kids. Today is going to be a fresh start in your life. Today is going to be a rebirth for your life. Today you're going to be reborn and build a life you enjoy. We weren't sent to this world to suffer. We were sent to live excellently. We came to this world to enjoy it. So why are so many people suffering? Because these people chose it and don't know the rules of the world. Now, someone has joined my channel and is regularly doing the exercises. This was their choice, and they turned their life into heaven. On the other hand, someone else listened to the first file and said, "This is just like the others. It's useless for my life." They didn't listen to the second session, and their life remained in hell. We choose where we end up in life with the decisions we make and sticking to them. The decision we make when we join something or start learning something. Do we continue to the end? Or do we give up after 2 weeks and say, "This doesn't work," and move on to the next thing? How much you persist determines where you end up in life. So far, I've told you 2 principles. 1, what decision you make and follow through with. 2, who you listen to. These 2 principles determine where you will end up in the future. Last week, I had free time for a business consultation. A dear one came to me for advice. He had started a restaurant and accumulated a huge amount of debt. I asked him, "Why did you start a restaurant?" He said, "Someone on Instagram, who's very famous and has millions of followers, told me to take action." He said to me, "Dear, you have to take action in your life and run away from emotions." In other words, he told me, "Why are you overthinking? Just take action." That poor guy, without doing the necessary research, without even learning how to run a business, started a restaurant. After a few months, he hit rock bottom and lost everything he had built up in his life. Now, if he goes to that person and says, "I started this business because of what you said," what will happen? That person will say, "What does that have to do with me?" The problem is that we listen to the wrong people. Because we listen to the wrong people, 99% of the world's population lives ordinary lives, and only 1% lives good lives. Let me tell you a memory from my childhood. I remember when winter came, we, 5 kids, were so upset because it was so cold, and we had to take turns riding on my dad's motorbike to school. My dad took us to school one by one, and it was very hard for both us and him. For years, we dreaded winters because every morning, we had to wear all our clothes just to get to school. I've been through really tough times. Why am I telling you about my life? Because I want you to believe. I want you to know I, too, came from an ordinary life and reached this point. Anything is possible. What do I want to tell you? I want to say, friends, we are not meant to live with the old beliefs of our parents. I'm asking you to live for 3 months with my methods. Live 3 months in my way. Do everything I say for 3 months, and you will bring extraordinary results into your life. The first job I ever did was delivering newspapers at the age of 14 or 15. At one time, I washed dishes in a restaurant. I had a tough life. Even now, I'm proud of the things I used to do. People might look at me now and wonder, why is he like this? But to get to this point, I worked hard for years. I will explain what I mean by hard work later. Hard work isn't just physical strength. But now I'm satisfied with my path. I have an excellent life now, thank God. And I started everything from scratch without borrowing $1,000 from the bank. Everything I have, I created in my life by myself. How did I create it? By knowing the laws of metaphysics. You too need to know the laws. Your life will perform miracles and progress. I want you to commit to the path we are beginning. And I want to gift you my years of experience so that you can turn your life upside down and change it from hell to heaven. I want to tell you that only 1% of people in the world have good incomes, good jobs, and good families. They feel love in their lives. Overall, their lives are good and happy. What is the secret of wealthy people? Now the question, why do 1% of the people in the world who are wealthy live such good lives? What has made 1% of the people in the world have such amazing lives? Why do 1% of the people in the world have wealth while 99% live ordinary and poor lives? Why is 99% of the world's wealth controlled by just 1% of the population? Why does that 1% have so much money? Why does that 1% have such great lives? This is an important question. I have asked myself this question for years. Why do some people have such good lives? When we meet people who have failed in life and ask them this question, why are 1% of the people in the world so wealthy and have such amazing lives? What do they say? People who have failed in life, people with the wrong archetypes, often answer like this. When you ask them why 1% of the people in the world are so wealthy, they say, those people are just lucky. They say, that 1% are thieves. They say, that 1% inherited their wealth. They say, that 1% are part of the mafia, or things like that. Let me tell you something. The reason why 1% of the people in the world have extraordinary lives is that they know things that 99% of the people don't. That 1% know certain things and put them into action, while the other 99% either don't know these things or know them but don't act on them. For the past 20 years, I have searched every year for successful billionaires around the world. I talk to them to discover new secrets and understand the common laws they use. I know laws that only 1% of people in the world are aware of. If the other 99% knew about these laws, they too could become wealthy. I want to share some of these wealth-building laws with you so that you too can go and create wealth. So that you too can enjoy your life, get your desired job, and build your own business. Successful people in the world are not as different or special as you think. I've learned this from interviewing hundreds of wealthy people. Successful people in the world are not as unique as you think. Contrary to what you may believe, successful people are not as extraordinary as you imagine. Successful people know things that ordinary people don't. Successful people are familiar with rules that ordinary people are not. And if you become familiar with these rules, what will happen? Like thousands of others who know these rules, you too will become wealthy. You will join the 1% club. You will achieve extraordinary results, and by the end of 3 months, you will transform into a new person, an extraordinary personality. My dear friends, just as God does not allow your heartbeat to stop for even 1 second, the universe does not pause for 10 seconds. This world and the universe operate on order. This universe is established on order and justice. So why do some people say, no matter how hard I try, I'm not getting anywhere, and day by day, I'm becoming poorer and poorer? Why do some people say, I work 18 hours a day but still see no success in my life and achieve nothing? The reason is that these people are just making meaningless efforts without being familiar with the laws of the universe. When you know the laws, you achieve extraordinary results with minimal effort. This world operates based on its laws. God communicates with us through these laws. Laws govern this universe. If we know and act according to these laws, life becomes like swimming with the river's current. Those who know the laws swim with the river's flow. They even let themselves be carried by the river. This is why they achieve extraordinary results with minimal effort. When you are in the river's flow, the water and its current carry you. The river takes you where it intends to go. God has unleashed the river of divine wealth to ensure that we all achieve wealth. But someone unfamiliar with the laws of metaphysics is like someone swimming against the river's current. We are just struggling without getting anywhere. Daily, I see many people saying, "No matter how much I try, I don't achieve anything." I tell these people, your problem is in your mind. You don't know the laws. When you don't know the laws, no matter how hard you try, you won't achieve anything, and nothing will happen for you. This world is built on laws. God communicates with us based on these laws. God says it doesn't matter what religion you follow, or if you follow any religion at all. It doesn't matter who you are. If you learn and follow the laws, you will achieve results. It's exactly like going to a safe. It doesn't matter who tries to open the safe. If you know the safe's code, the safe opens and you access wealth. The safe of the universe works the same way. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who your father or mother is. Even if you come from an ordinary life like mine, it doesn't matter. Enter the codes correctly, and the safe opens. In this program, I'm going to teach you the codes to the safe of wealth. Why do I confidently say that by the end of 3 months you will achieve wealth? Because I know the laws, and I will teach them to you. I ask you to trust the teachings. I will teach you the laws. Don't let the simplicity of these laws fool you. Some people in wealth-building classes look for complex laws. The laws are very simple, and it's this simplicity that misleads some people, causing them not to follow the laws. The laws are not complicated. The laws are simple, but you don't realize it. Many people say, "This law is too simple to lead me to wealth, so I won't follow it." That's completely wrong. If you follow even the simplest law, you will see results. Before I get into the details, I want you to write down 3 questions on your papers. Three important questions. Are you with me? Go and grab a piece of paper and a pen. Pause the video and write down the 3 questions I'm about to tell you. The first question I want you to write is this. Write on your paper, where am I now? What I mean is, write down if you currently have a job or not. If you don't have a job, write, I don't have one. If you do have a job, write the name of your job and your current income. Someone might write, I'm a homemaker, or I don't have an income, or I don't have a job, so their income would be 0. Someone else might have a shop earning $3,000 a month. If $1,000 goes to rent, they should write, my shop's income is $2,000. This means they subtract the rent, and what's left at the end of the month is what they write. Okay. Now, each of you write down your current financial status, whether you have a job or not, and if you do, how much income you have. So, question 1 is, where am I now? Pause the video and write your answer. Question 2, write this down. Where do I want to go? This means how much income would make you happy. For example, someone running a business might earn $1,000 a month and write, I want my income to reach $10,000 a month. Someone without an income who answered question 1 with no job should write, my income is 0, and I want to have such and such a job or business. Write down the income you'd like to reach, the amount that, if achieved in 3 months, would make you very happy. From your answer to question 2, write down how much income you'd like or what kind of job you'd like to have. Question 3, what should I do? Leave this question blank for now. I'll answer it for you during these 3 months. Thank you, my dear, for staying with me so far. I want to continue our discussion with you. I hope you've answered the first 2 questions. Sometimes some of my friends have answered these questions, and in the section about how much income they'd like to achieve, they wrote double. One day, one of my friends told me, right now, I'm not satisfied with my income. I asked, how much is your income now? He said, my income was $4,000, and now it's $24,000. I told him, take a look at the answers you gave 3 months ago and see how much income you wanted to have. He looked at his paper and laughed because he had written, I want to have $8,000 a month, double my income. I told him, if your income had doubled, would you have been happy? So why are you now unhappy with more than double your income? He said, The training I received exceeded my expectations and raised my standards for myself. I want you to write down the answers to questions 1 and 2. How much money would make you happy in your life? As for question 3, I've decided to answer it for you throughout these 3 months. What does the science of wealth creation say? I want to gradually dive into the science of wealth creation with you and teach you the laws of metaphysics. We have a science in the world called the science of wealth creation, which I have studied in more than 100 courses so far. We have a science called the science of wealth creation, which works amazingly well and delivers incredible results. What does the science of wealth creation say? Why doesn't money come into our lives? When we become familiar with the science of wealth creation, money will enter our lives. What does the science of wealth creation say? It says, money is the fruit of a tree whose roots grow in your mind. How beautiful is this sentence? How much do I love this sentence? Write it down. What does the science of wealth creation say? It says, money is the fruit of a tree whose roots grow in your mind. The science of wealth creation says, if you want to become wealthy, if you want your tree to bear abundant fruit, what should you work on, my dear friends? You should work on the roots. Money is the fruit of a tree whose roots grow in your mind. How many methods of making money do we have? We have several ways to make money. The first model is the one where we go after money. The second model is the one where money comes to us. And the third model, which I'm going to teach you and is better and faster than the first two, is where we go after money and money comes to us as well. 99% of people follow the first model. They only go after money by working hard, and in the end, they get nowhere. The second model of earning money is when money follows you. The science of wealth creation teaches us the third model, which helps us achieve results faster and accumulate more wealth. Pay close attention to my words. To receive my messages, you need to think differently starting today so you can reach infinite wealth. The first model of making money is when we go after money. In this model, we are only working with our physical body to earn money, like construction workers or office employees who work for low wages, and at best, they can only build an average life for themselves without financial independence. The second model of making money is through the mind, and you can train your mind to attract money. You can turn your mind into a wealth creator. How does a wealth-creating mind work? A wealth-creating mind attracts money. People come and give you money. The third model of making money, which I will teach you in the science of wealth creation, is a combination of the mind and body. You work both mentally and physically. Physically, you go after money, and mentally, money comes to you. This way, you will reach money much faster. The model I will teach you in 3 months is the third model, meaning you will work on both your mind and body, and I will teach you a few things that require physical effort as well. And in this way, within 3 months, you will see extraordinary results. Many of my friends who have listened to my files were over 40, 50, 60 years old, and now they have their own businesses and earn high incomes. For example, one of my friends brought his son to me to teach him the science of wealth creation. At the end of the session, he told me, "My son is not interested in the science of wealth creation, but I liked what you said, and I want to learn it myself." Now, my friend owns a large bakery in the city center, and about 10 people work for him. The interesting thing is that my friend was once an ordinary employee with a very low income, but through the wealth creation principles I taught him, by doing the exercises and with his persistence, he was able to achieve great wealth. After 3 months, he was able to establish his bakery, using both his mental and physical power. When he opened the bakery, he quickly reached a monthly income of $10,000. What's the reason? Pay attention to my sentence. God wants all of you to live an extraordinary life. If you were God, how would you create people? If you were God yourself, the creator of people, think about this sentence. If you were the creator of people and God, would you send them to earth to live a poor life? Or would you send them to earth to have a happy life? Would you send them to suffer, to work hard, to be cursed and hear insults all day? Or would you send them to earth to live an extraordinary life? If you were God, which one would you choose? If you were God, you would send your people to Earth to live an amazing life, to achieve brilliant results in their lives. I know you might be asking me now, then why do 99% of people in the world live in poverty, not living beautifully? I repeat some things in my sessions because repetition is the mother of learning, and repetition helps my words and sentences to sink into your subconscious mind so you can reach a belief. Now, let's get back to our question. Why are 99% of people poor, even though God wants everyone to have brilliant results and be wealthy in their lives? The answer is that those 99% of people want to live a poor life and not live beautifully. They have chosen to live an ordinary life. They have truly made this choice. Why? Because the world and the universe give us many opportunities. One person makes good use of these opportunities, and another simply passes by them. So we shape our lives with our choices. I had two friends who were twin sisters, both around 30 years old. They both listened to my files. In the first session, one of the sisters said, "I listened to the first session file and it's not that simple to get rich. This is all nonsense and nonsense." Now, 2.5 years have passed. I asked both of them, and the sister who continued to attend my sessions and did the exercises has now reached a high income. But the other sister is still unemployed and hasn't been able to find a job or have any income. Why is that? It's because of our choices. It's just like this channel of mine. One person watches my channel, listens to my file, and continues on this path for 3 months, doing all the exercises exactly as I say. Another person says, "No, these files are useless," and goes after their own choices. The one who chooses my exercises will have an amazing life at the end of 3 months. Their hellish life will turn into paradise. But the one who, indifferent to these files, continues with their ordinary life. What does the science of money-making say? It says money is the fruit of a tree whose roots are in the human mind. It's absolutely impossible for you to have a poisoned mind, a bad root, and for your tree to bear good, abundant fruit. It's absolutely impossible to make good money with a corrupted mind. In fact, the educational system in schools has been flawed. They taught us to be able to learn how to multiply our money after a while. But instead, they only taught us some nonsense, and we don't know where it will be useful. It's one of the betrayals that has happened to us. They told us to study so that we can earn money. But even if you have a PhD, can you make money with your degree? Why hasn't any money come out? Because they didn't teach us how to make money. There's a famous saying that goes, "Academic education helps you get by in life, but classic education, which teaches you skills, will make you rich." It says academic education leads to an ordinary life, but if you want a wealthy life, you must learn skills. There's another famous saying by Brian Tracy that goes, "If you increase your skills 5 times, your income will increase 5 times. This skill is not just physical, it's both mental and physical. I'm preparing your mind to receive information. So you realize that the way you were thinking was wrong. Your wrong way of thinking has caused you to get bad results in your life. If you fix your thoughts, you will get the right results in your life." Why am I telling you all this? Because I know what the right method is. I know what the laws are. I know how you can become wealthy. You need to change your mind. What does the system tell you? The system tells you to become an employee. Being an employee is just a fixed salary with a slight increase at the end of the year. It doesn't create an extraordinary life for you. If you still want to be an employee, you must become a specialized employee so your boss can pay you more because of your expertise. Start your own business, but with a trained mind and body, not like the thoughtless people in the virtual world who say, "Start a business without thinking." I'm not saying to you, "Go fail, go fail, go fail." I'm not saying, "Failure plus 1 equals success," because a person with 2 failures is completely ruined. What does that mean? Go fail, go fail. That's from books. We need to make sure the person on the other side of the business succeeds. I don't want you to fail. I want to teach you the rules so you can have a successful business by following them. The golden formula for becoming rich. I have a formula called the golden formula for becoming rich, through which you can start your own business. This golden formula for becoming rich consists of several steps. It has 7 steps. If you follow the 7 steps I mention, what will happen? Well, those who already have a business and earn money will see their income double within 3 months. I guarantee this. Some of my friends followed these 7 steps, and their income increased tenfold. As for those who do not have a business, what will happen to them? They can create a business within 3 months that will make them rich. In order to find this formula, you need to open 2 safes. How many safes do you need to open to reach abundant wealth? 2 safes. Imagine in front of you there are 2 safes, and behind these 2 safes, there's an abundance of money. For example, if you open the first safe and then open the second safe, you'll reach abundant money. In these 3 months, I will teach you how to open these 2 safes. So we have 2 safes. The first one only has 1 code. The second safe has 6 codes. Once both safes are opened, you will be rich. Whenever you open any of these safes, you'll reach money. But if you want a lot of money, you need to open the second safe as well. The code for the first door. Now, I want to tell you the code for the first door. Write it down on paper. The code for the first door is metaphysics. What does this mean? It means beyond the physical, using your mind to make money. Forget about physics, what matters is metaphysics. In the second door, we have a little bit of physics, but the first door is all about metaphysics. How can you use your mind to make money? How can you use the universal laws of the universe to make money? One of the most important laws of the universe is time. This means that those who started using metaphysics after 2012 will see a dramatic transformation in their lives. Metaphysics is our first code, and the first door is all about metaphysics. Metaphysics has different foundations, but if you follow just one foundation that I will teach you, you will reach abundant wealth. And that is building wealth-creating beliefs. I will help you build wealth-creating beliefs within you, and money will start coming into your life. You will be amazed at how this money flows into your life. So, what is the code for the first door? Metaphysics. Should we open the first door? Yes. Is it necessary to open the second door as well? If you open the first door, you will reach money. But if you want to achieve complete financial independence, where you can spend as you wish, you must open the second door as well. Second door secret. In the second door, we learn how to use physics alongside metaphysics to get rich. The second door has several secrets. Yes, it has 6 secrets. The first secret of the second door is talent identification. Many people ask me whether talent is more important or persistence. I tell them, "What do you think?" They tell me, "Some books say persistence." And I say, "Throw those books away because talent is more important." Einstein has a famous quote that says, "If you judge the ability of a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life thinking it is stupid." Our job is swimming in the sea. Its talent is swimming. If we tell it, "No, you have to climb a tree and persistence is more important than talent," what happens to it? It will always think it is a useless creature. If someone opens a photography studio, can they achieve high income if they don't have talent in that field? Maybe they could make some income, but they will never achieve financial independence. You have to work in a field where you have talent. You need to start a business and become self-employed in a field that you are talented in. The second secret of the second door is, take note, personal growth. What is the third secret? The transitional phase of business. I will talk to you about each of these secrets one by one, for hours, don't worry, and I will teach you everything thoroughly. What is the fourth secret? Smart advertising. What is the fifth one? Starting a business. What is the sixth and final secret? Increasing customers and creating loyal customers. Note that these secrets I told you, 1 for the first door and 6 for the second door, must all be implemented one by one. I will teach you everything from the first to the last secret in detail. First, you need to create money-making beliefs, and then we move on to the next secrets one by one so you can reach financial independence. If you know these secrets, it doesn't matter who is behind the safe. If you input the secrets, the safe will open, and you can reach abundant wealth. Now, why do some businesses fail and struggle? Because the person only goes after the last step, creating customers, focusing only on metaphysics and not working on the previous secrets. They crash and burn. I can teach you the last step so you can create loyal customers, but after a short time, You will fail because you didn't go through the previous steps and didn't work on your metaphysics. You can't build a building from the 2nd or 6th floor. You must start from the foundation and build from the bottom up. Closing words of the first session. Do you remember I gave you 2 questions and told you to write them down along with the answers? Send these 2 questions with their answers to my Telegram ID, which I will put in the description. Complete the exercises and questions I give you if you want to achieve true financial independence. This channel is a true gift from the universe to you. Appreciate it greatly. What does the butterfly effect say? The small actions we take in life have huge results. You will listen to my files in order for 3 months, and by the end of the 3 months, you will be amazed at the results that will enter your life. In the upcoming sessions, I will teach you each of these 7 secrets so that you can shine in life and reach complete financial independence. In the next session, I want to talk to you about the first secret. What does that mean? It means metaphysics, how to use your mind to attract money toward you. I want to talk to you about money-making beliefs, my friend. I will teach you, don't worry. So, be sure to watch the next session's video. Thank you for giving me your precious time and listening to one session. I will definitely see those who want to change their lives in the second session. I will talk about the laws of success with them. Until another greeting, goodbye.